which is a collective of Ayurveda Teachers Association, Ayurveda Medical Association of India, Private Ayurveda College Teachers Organization, and young smart doctors from Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur, and some very enlightened people round from India. On behalf of all of them, I welcome you all for this evening session. It happens to be a daily session in which we used to come with a speaker who is an avid practitioner, especially working in the field of COVID-19. And we are currently in every session we are getting a very good feedback regarding the choice of the speaker as well as the knowledge which has been poured over to each session. The knowledge being dealt with these eminent speakers, they range from the theoretical aspects, the very practical aspects, the real practical ground scenario, and their own style of using medications, etc. This knowledge gains superiority over the fact that while we are doing such presentations here, while we are hearing about COVID-19 every day, while we are going over through this freshly gained knowledge, there are thousands of people who are dying in and around us in ICUs, hospitals, etc. And we are very sure that had Ayurveda been allowed for a better position, had it been incorporated into intensive care management rather than keeping it aside as a tool to look after patients belonging to very mild symptoms or illness, rather it had been used for managing the end stage diseases, rather it had been used for managing very severe post-COVID afflictions, we could have reduced many deaths. We could have avoided many deaths. That matter we are quite sure now after going through the learned presentations of these vibrant clinicians. And today we have Dr. Jyoti Joshi madam with us, who is a vibrant clinician, a very avid practitioner who has her base at Mumbai. And before starting this initiative, I could see that the first name I heard about a practitioner who manages the acute COVID cases wonderfully is that of hers. Actually, I was attending a conference which was in which the main speaker was Dr. Ram Manohar Sir, who was the director of research of Amrita School of Ayurveda, and he has been talking about a patient of whom who had suddenly a hypoxia, whose SpO2 level had been dropped very well, and how he succumbed, how Dr. Ram Manohar Sir surmounted that situation with the help of Dr. Jyoti Joshi madam. So I think she is quite knowledgeable. She is quite familiar with everyone in the northern parts of India. But for the sake of all, let me have a brief review of her background. She is an MD in Ayurveda Samhita Siddhanta. She has been a chief consultant at a Joshi Panchakarma clinic in Mumbai, and she had been an avid learner of Ayurveda and had been involving in managing the COVID cases and had been congratulated and respected by even Dr. Krishna Kumar sir. And she had been in the team of doctors who had recently interacted with none other than our Honorable Prime Minister, and had given valuable feedback to our Prime Minister, and that may in future lead to the more acceptance of Ayurveda in acute emergency care. So So let me wholeheartedly welcome Dr. Jyoti Joshi Madam to this presentation. And I also invite all of you to participate here wonderfully. After the initial presentation by the speaker, we will be having a very vibrant discussion session. All of you may kindly participate in that. And also, once again, I welcome Madam, and please, I request you to take over the session. Please, Madam.
Am I audible now?
Yes, Madam, yes.
Yes. So, good evening, one and all. I'm Dr. Jyoti Joshi from Mumbai. Actually, I'm like one of you. I'm not that great, I'm not that senior. But actually, how I started COVID treatment in 2020. So, COVID is a very COVID is like very new to all of us. We all were scared, where all the allopathy measures and everything were not working, and there actually I have to give Ayurveda medicines. So actually, since last 8 years, I'm doing practice in Mumbai. So in that practice, I have handled so many emergency cases as well. So the thing is, ki when the first patient actually they all together they went somewhere in June 2020. So the patient actually they all together tested positive, and all five patients asked me to give the treatment. So when I started the treatment, out of five, four patients are continued their treatment with Ayurveda, though there is fluctuation on oxygen saturation level, though there is a like fever, all these symptoms, loss of the smell, loss of the taste, these symptoms were there. But still, that patient is the four patients were continued the Ayurveda treatment. And out of that, one patient gave up on the treatment actually. He opted allopathy treatment. Still, that patient is struggling with hematuria, weakness, and many other things. So when I see with that five patient, I have received the data that yes, Ayurveda has an answer simply with very simple rasa aushadhis, kashta aushadhis, herbal preparation, herbo mineral preparations, and that how I started my practice in of the COVID. Why I told you about all these things, because you know when you start means when like we start with some new disease, we feel that how we will understand this disease, how we will able to treat the casualties or emergencies in the Ayurveda. But if we use a very small quantity of rasa aushadhis, kasta aushadhis, and whatever the diet is mentioned in our samhitas, so if we apply that principle, basic principle, as I did my masters from Ayurveda Samhita, so if we apply those basic principles, things are very easy. So today I will immediately start. See, means I have to cover all the parts. So I will start that how what is COVID as per Ayurveda and as per me. So uh, while reading Ayurveda Samhita, I have observed that in Ashtanga Hridaya, Nidan Sthan, that is Vata Shomitya Nidan Adhyay, there different type of Avrittavats are mentioned. So we feel if Avrittavat is there, then it is so much complicated, we'll not able to understand. But if we see like, Pranavritta Udan Vayu, then there is a shlok. निश्वास उच्छ्वास संरोधः प्रतिशाय शिरोग्रह रुद्रोगो मुखशोषश्च प्राणोदान आवृत्ते निश्वास उच्छ्वास संरोधः प्रतिशाय शिरोग्रह रुद्रोग mukhashoshascha. So all these symptoms I have correlated with the COVID. And again, the Jwara Chikitsa, because we already learned during our um, our undergraduation days, that if we able to understand the Jwara, then we able to treat all the diseases. So Jwara principle plus this simple, that is Pranavritta Udan Vayu. I have applied these basic principles of Ayurveda during the COVID treatment. So I have started the treatment with this principle. So in Avritta Vat treatment, the main thing is explained, that is the uh, uh, actually I referred for treatment. Generally, many people feel that Ashtanga Hridaya or Charak, but I felt that mm, Shushrut is very good while treating casualties. So in Amashe Gatvad, the Shadharan Churna is mentioned. So I have started with Shadharan Churna and actually Rasa Sindur. Rasa Sindur, the preparation are there actually in Maharashtra. We use it very commonly in all types of viral fever. As an antibiotic, it works. It contains the Kajjali plus Triphala Churna. Kajjali plus Triphala Churna, and it called as a Sukshma Triphala. So that combination I have started using. And in COVID, I have seen that you have to give the treatment मुहुर्मुहु, like in Jwara Avastha or in Kasa Shvasa Vyadhi, we have references in Sahitas that the treatment should be given muhurmuhu. So the same principle, Avruttavad, Jwara Chikitsa, and with muhurmuhu treatment. So that is muhurmuhu doses of the medicines. That is how I started. Then it comes to the part of diet. So what about the diet? So in Jwara Chikitsa, we have seen that the in Jwara, we have to start the treatment with Langhan. So I just ask the patient to start to do as much. Means for first 24 hours, the patient should be on liquid diet. And in fruits, I have because in Rakta Pitta Chikitsa Adhyaya, you will see in fruits they have allowed, though these fruits are amla in rasa, but still they are not Pitta Vardak or Rakta Vardak. So those two fruits are like the pomegranate and amla. So this is two fruits I allowed the patient to take, pomegranate and amla, and else only liquid diet. We know in different parts of India we have different food habits. So only the liquid diet, and that should be, we can add trikatu, that too in pinches, because in Pachan, if we give liquid diet to the patient and if we give heavy doses to the patient, then there are the chances of hyperacidity and patient can give up on the our treatment part. So these I'm just talking about the basic treatment. Thereafter, immediately I will start with question answer session because I don't want that this should be one way, one way talking. I just want that you are able to understand. I just want that you all should able to start the treatment for COVID patient because this is a need of our. No treatment is giving as good as results that Ayurveda is able to give without any post-COVID complication. This is what I have observed. So this is how I have started the treatment. For first 24 hours, I ask the patient to follow strictly the liquid diet, and thereafter, if you see the Avruttavad Chikitsa, it is mentioned that in Avruttavad, you should give lashun in except the pitta and rakta avastha. So in pitta prakruti and other, if patient is having hyperacidity, so in those patient I have avoided. In that patient, I advise that you can take the mint chutney in the diet. Why I am emphasizing more on the diet part because this plays very important role. Patient has fever for 3 days, 4 days, and if you are not able to control the fever, then patient will definitely give up on the treatment. So Langhan plays very important role. With that, you can give Shadanga Paniya treatment. So Shadanga Paniya treatment, we know it is also mentioned in Jwara Chikitsa Adhyaya. So Shadanga Paniya medicated water, sip by sip. If Shadanga Paniya is not available, we can simply give Guduchi medicated water. If Guduchi is also not available, we can give Mahasudarshan Ghanavati. Mahasudarshan Ghanavati, you just put that one tablet or two tablet in 1 liter of lukewarm water and ask the patient to have it sip by sip. That is Muhur Muhu. So it will help to reduce the fever in the patient. So main complaint in COVID is fever. So this is why I'm see you. But if you are trying to treat the COVID patient, then your focus should be on all the parts because there are so many medical legal issues as well. I have started my practice in June 2020. At that time, it is not allowed to give Ayurveda medicines in emergency cases or in COVID cases. But at that time, we have prepared a proper consent form that patient might need oxygen, patient might need all the emergency care as well. So you should take proper consent from the patient. This is very important. You should counsel the patient about the diet. If patient is not ready to follow the diet, we cannot give a good result. Patient might might patient may might land up into the other complications. So the diet plays very important role. So I think so the diet part is clear from my side. Then there is like fever. We have talked in fever. We are using so many combination as I mentioned. Sutrifala, Mahasudarshan, Ghanavati, medicated water, or simply Guduchi medicated water, Shadanga Paniya, and liquid diet. And thereafter we can start. I compulsory ask the patient after 24 hours. I compulsory ask the patient to add garlic into their diet. So no vegetables, only garlic chutney with chapati or anything. Like if patient is from southern part of the India, then they should take it with the rice. So garlic should be added because in Avruttavad Chikitsa it is mentioned that except Pitta and Raktavastha, we can add the garlic. So this is about the treatment part and the fever part. Then it comes to the second thing. Second thing is about fluctuation in the oxygen saturation. So for fluctuation in the oxygen saturation, we have to divide the patients into the three parts. The first of all, the patient is having room temperature around 95 percentage, but there is a fluctuation on walking. That is, the patient is maintaining the saturation at sitting 95, but on walking it is dropped to between 90 to 99. So you have to group as this as a group one. The second one is oxygen saturation below 90, and the third group is the saturation is below 80 or 80 and 85. Though I have treated the patient on oxygen level of 45, we can give the results in those cases as well. But I'm just being a very basic level. So there we have to divide the patient in these three groups. So the like oxygen saturation. There then it comes the CRP value. The CRP value up to the 30, the CRP value we can you can put it one group. Then above 30 or below 60, this is the second group. And in third group, the CRP level where above 200, those patients are also there. So CRP should be monitored. You should have all the blood report of the patient. Why I'm telling yes, we can give the treatment as with the proper Ayurveda principles, but still as a medical legal point, still we don't have permission to treat the critical patient. We have only permission to treat mild and moderate patient, but anytime patient can land up into the critical stage. So you should divide the as per CRP as well in three groups: 30, 60, and above 60 to like about 200 or something. So that is the group. In same group, the Aushad Sevan Kal should be like if the patient has CRP around below 30, then you can give that medicated water, then all other medicines which I will explain. So those medicines should be you can give on 2 hourly or 3 times a day. That is fine. But if patient has CRP and oxygen saturation below 90, then you should give medicines every half an hourly or every 20 minutes or even 10 minutes as per the patient condition. If patient is improved, then you can again you can change the dose as like a 2 hourly or 4 hourly. But if patient is bad, you have to give the medicines every 10 minutes, 20 minutes in like pinch dose, only pinch dose. So those medicines I will explain you. The third thing that the CRP is on very higher side, the patient is very critical, the patient is on RT, all these things, then you have to give the medicines to every 10 minutes. Then only you will able to give the results. So this is all about the fluctuation in the oxygen saturation. The third thing is post-COVID complication. The patient is already in allopathy hospital. He took all the allopathy treatment, but still patient is discharged from allopathy hospital, but still patient need oxygen. So in those cases, we need to give the Rasayan Chikitsa. So in Rasayan Chikitsa, if we see all our Adhyay, it ends with the Grutapan. So this Grutapan plays very important role. So in post-COVID complication, I suggest that you should not give the medicines directly. It may cause a vata prakop. So the medicines, if CRP is normal, if Niramavastha is there, then you should start the Drutapan in Shaman Matra. So this is all about the how to give the treatment. Now we will start with the medicine part. I have already grouped the patient into the three parts. So we'll see that how to what medicines actually I'm giving. That is also important. So like in Maharashtra we use so many rasa aushadhi. So, in my first research paper, if you will see, I have given Sukshma Triphala. That patient has severe hypoxia at that time. The patient's oxygen saturation was 80% when I have given the treatment. So, at that time, I have given the patient Sukshma Triphala. The dose is one tablet. Here, the Sukshma Triphala. The Sukshma Triphala is combination of Kajali plus Triphala Churna. It works as an excellent antiviral in all COVID patients. If the Sukshma Triphala Kajali is not available, then of Kottakkal pharmacy in southern part of the India, Kottakkal pharmacy Rasa Sindur 100 milligram tablets are available. So you can mix it with the turmeric or Shadanga Paniya Churna or Chardharan Churna, and you can give it pinch by pinch, that is Muhur Muhu, as per the CRP and oxygen readings. Because if we give the medicine in bulk quantity, in severe cases, then chances of aspiration are more. So you should be careful about that part as well. Be careful about the medical legal part. Be careful about the aspiration. You should you we cannot give the medicines in bulk, so we have to give the medicines in very small quantity. So I have started with that Sukshma Triphala and Rasa Sindur. Then again the medicines are, if cough is more, then you can give Kankasavam. You can, in pediatric age, you can give Arvindasav, then you can give Dashamula. So these are the medicine. Even with Kankasav 2 ml after food, after every food, it helps to reduce the cough. Actually, if you see the COVID patient on day 3, they develop some kind of throat irritation and they develop Pelgam. So for that, we can immediately start the Shadharanam Churna with Kankasavam. If patient is old age, the patient is on different kind of medicines for heart, then for hypertension, or the patient is diabetes. In those patients, you can start with the Dashamula Rishtam, with Rasa Sinduram, with Shadharan Churna. So this gives excellent result. Thereafter, the cases where uh, the saturation is still not maintaining the CT score. Actually, the CT value in RT-PCR, it gives us the information about the viral load. So that is also very important. All the investigation. Generally, what happen? I take different seminars, and thereafter the students or doctors, they generally ask me, "This is the saturation. What should be given?" No, we should know from basic, that is what is the CT value in RT-PCR test. So that CT value tells us the viral load in the body. So if it is above 25, then there are very less chances. If you follow the specific diet, all the medicine, then there are very less chances of developing complication. So that is also, I have seen the patient of 7 CT value. So viral load is more. It is inversely proportional. So these are the things. Then if we see the other cases like CT value, then CT score. CT score is there in HRCT of the chest. So as per HRCT score also, our treatment protocol varies. So in those cases, we'll talk about now Kashayam. So Kashayam, we can give the Dashamula Katutraya Kashayam, we can give Bharangadi Kashayam. I use most probably Indukantam Kashayam. It gives me, I have seen very promising results with Indukantam Kashayam. So this Indukantam Kashayam also gives excellent result. So the you can use whatever the as per availability. Sometimes when I start the treatment, so now I have the patient from different parts of the our country. So it is very difficult to get Ayurveda medicines, even in Delhi. So as per availability of the medicines, you have to use it, because many a time simple medicines, Ayurveda medicines, especially Rasa Aushadhis, are not available. So these are these kashayam generally I use. I think so. Many people are from southern part, so they know much about the kashayam. So these kashayam, that too a very in small quantity. It should be like 2 ml six times a day or eight times a day, depending upon oxygen saturation and the CRP level. Then we will see again. I will go deep into the COVID. So it's like there are um, all the inflammatory markers. Why COVID is complicated? Why COVID is so fatal disease? Because it affects your other organs as well. There are chances of sudden cardiac arrest, acute heart failure. There are so many complications. So they are giving blood thinners as well, ecosprin and all. So in those cases, inflammatory markers are very important. If patient the patient is having fever more than 5 days, the patient is having fluctuation in oxygen saturation, then we have to advise all the inflammatory marker tests. So those tests, as I already mentioned, the CRP. Then we have seen the changes in LFT, especially the SGOT and SGPT is very much seems to be very much increased in those cases. So LFT. Then there is D dimer. D dimer is also seems to like in all the COVID patient most probably. If patient start the treatment from day one, whatever the patient age, and if the patient follow the diet and everything very religiously, then there I have seen very less cases where the complications are developed. So these are the inflammatory markers, D-dimer, then serum ferritin. In females, old age females, many a times there is slight increase in serum ferritin, but in COVID patients there is a very drastic, changes in the serum ferritin. So D-dimer, serum ferritin, then again the important marker is interleukin 6, IL-6. So I have seen many patients die immediately because of cytokine storm. Cytokine storm is also a very commonly seen, and that is one of the reason because for deaths. So in cytokine storm, we have to use. I will start now backwards. That is cytokine storm, interleukin 6 values. If I have seen the patient with interleukin values above 500 and all, so in those cases we need to start with rasa aushadhi and that to suvarna kalpa, different kinds of rasa aushadhi, that to suvarna kalpa. In suvarna kalpa we can give suvarna malini vasanta ras, suvarna yukta mahalakshmi vilas ras. So these medicines are gives good results, or simple suvarna bhasma with you can give it with 2 ml of dhruta and 1 ml of honey. So it, like we in Ayurveda it is mentioned that dhruta and honey should be in uh, it should not be in equal quantity. So half percentage of honey and the gruta and plain suvarna bhasma. It also gives excellent result to reduce the chances of cytokine storm. Then we will come to the D dimer and D dimer, then serum ferritin. So for these inflammatory markers, generally I use Tamra Basma. Tamra Basma is also gives excellent result. You have to give Tamra Basma in very small quantity, like 1 gram of Tamra Basma with 5 gram of Pipalimul Churna or Guduchi Sattva. With these all this combination you can give. So it also gives excellent result to reduce the D dimer and serum ferritin. And for LFT, I generally give the treatment when patient recover, and with that I give with Grutapan, that too in Shaman Matra. When we give Grutapan in when patient recover, because you should not stop the treatment. Like if patient is stable, there is no fever, there is no fluctuation in saturation, but you should complete, because our all the treatments are it all ends with the Grutapan. So some kind of rasayan should be given. So especially with Grutapan, LFT level seems to be normal, especially SGOT and SGPT. So this is all about the treatment part. Now I have seen in second wave, it, I'm working on COVID since June 2020. So that time death rate was very negligible. Patients are giving very good response to the Ayurveda medicines. But in second wave, I have seen that I need to give so many medicines. Previously, I have used to give just diet and 3 to 4 medicines, that too for 10 days or 7 days, and patients were used to recover. But in second wave, there is a double mutant strain in India, plus there is a irrational use of the all steroids and everything. So I have seen there are so many patients who are normal, but they suddenly land up into the hypoxia. They need oxygen. Oxygen were not available. So in those cases, actually, in the second wave, I have started with one combination, that is the Rasa Sindoor. I have given this combination to WHO people, and they have also started a trial, and we have seen that very good results with that. So, Rasa Sinduram with Apamargakshar and with Pimpali Churna. So Rasa Sinduram is like 2 gram, Apamargakshar is 500 milligram, and Pimpalimol Churna 1 gram. It should be mixed and it should be given some sublingually, just one pinch with 65 milligram sublingually. So this combination, I have seen very good results, especially in hypoxia. In very critical cases, I have seen very good results. So this is how actually why I told you about all these things, because I have faced whatever I have faced the difficulty while treating. Whenever the patient is in hospital, you should take proper consent from the patient, and whenever you start the treatment, rather if you will simply prescribe the Guduchi Churna, then also you should take the proper consent, because I have seen with irrational, it is already in so many social media and everywhere in news channels as well. There is a irrational use of many allopathy medicines and patients. That's why also the patients are complicated. And in many cases, I have seen that I have to, whenever we start our treatment, I have seen that even sometimes viration happens, sometimes woman happens. So that is also fine. At that time, you should maintain the electrolyte balance of the patient, energy of the patient. So that time, if we give sip by sip medicated water, even Shaddaran, many a times cause vermin or viration. So that time also you can give the patient organic jaggery sublingually. So this is how, and there are my papers as well, research papers. So you can go through that. If you have any patient or you have any queries, then you can send me all the reports, all the reading. So I will definitely, I'm ready to help you. And one more thing I just want to tell you, whenever you do online consultation and whenever you give the medicines to the patient online, then also you should monitor the patient like patient is admitted in your hospital. How? Then the answer is you should see the patient, you should ask the patient to send the readings every 2 hourly. Every 2 hourly, you should ask the patient to send the readings to while walking and while sitting as well. As I mentioned many a times, there is a fluctuation in oxygen saturation while walking. So you should monitor the patient every 2 hourly. You should have all the readings with you while walking, while sitting, thermometer readings, and if possible, voice note of the patient. Then you should monitor at least in a day RR of the patient if you do online consultation as well. So these are basic things, and yes, with Ayurveda we can give a good results to the patient. Now, can we start question answer session?
Yes, madam. Yes. Thank you for the
Yes.
wonderful information you have provided.
Thank you so much.
First of all, let me start the question answer session from my part
Yes.
itself.
Yes.
So, as I told you, I heard about your sublingual application the very first
Mm,
time, and that
mm,
attracted all of us. What is happening in the northern parts of India? Because when I sit in Kerala, and we have got
mm,
less number of patients, but more deaths now. But when
mm.
we hear about the other strategies which have been adopted by Ayurvedic physicians, so this was one peculiar thing which we noted, and we all gone through your paper also. And madam, my question is how you arrive at this formulation? Is it a formulation which had been previously you were been using in some situations? Or what is the basic approach to create this combination? Or is any other combinations also available like this?
Yes, actually, the Rasa Sindoor, I have used it in one patient with actually uh, sputum every positive. That patient is having pulmonary coughs and that patient has severe pleural effusion and patient was not responding to any other treatment. So that time I have used the Rasusindur in that patient and I have observed a very good result. And thereafter, how I added Apamargakshar. If you will see, means it is like I don't actually go deep into the Sanhitas because sometimes it is boring and now the clinical application part is very important. So what generally I do, so if you see Apamarga, so it is mentioned since Atharva Ved and it mentioned as a Shrestha Aushadhi. Appamarga. And if you see in Shushruta Samhita, as I told you, in emergency cases, I prefer Shushruta Samhita. So in those cases, so I have seen that a char is actually Ksharana Charaha. So it actually removes everything. In local application also, if we do on warts and other stuff, we see very good results. So to remove the cough from the chest, so we have mentioned the Panyakchar as well, but Apamarga you can all go through different. You can go through that Apamarga Vanaspati. It is Rakshogana as well, sir. So somewhere this is Janapadvansaniya. So we have to give some kind of Rakshogana as well. So Apamarga, that's why I have choose and Pippali Mulchurna. That is for Pachan purpose, and this combination works as a excellent Pachak, then Sharan Karya plus Rasa Sindur. If you see Gunesh Shastri's book is there actually very for actually I prefer that book for Rasa Ushadi learning. So that in that book it is very precisely mentioned where there is a collection you can use Rasa Sindur. So that is how I have started with this combination because I told you in second way somewhere I was also confused because in first way I was very confident. Simple combination were used to give excellent result. But in second wave things were not same. The patient is having severe means when I started the treatment that day the patient CT score was 14 and when like admitted in the hospital and when they repeat the scan after 3 days it was about 22. It might be because of irrational things and other stuff but still the things were very challenging. I have been somewhere I have seen the very negative results as well but that has made me to learn more, read more, and that's how I started with this preparation. And this preparation means actually when I was working in second wave, the people from different, like Geeta Krishnan sir from WHO, he also called me and he asked me, we don't want other things because our country is struggling with oxygen availability. So that time, sir asked me, I don't want anything, no medicines for fever, I don't want any diet or anything. Just tell me what you can give, what you can suggest to increase in the patients of hypoxia to increase the oxygen saturation. And actually, even Mumbai, the city like Mumbai, we say it is a very developed city, but here also the patients were dying because of lack of oxygen. So, especially in second wave, I have started working on post-COVID complication, not mucormycosis. I will not talk about that because I'm still learning with that. I don't have sure data with me, so I will not will not talk with that. But yes, in hypoxia and post-COVID complication means after discharge also patient needs 4 liters of oxygen and everything. So in those cases, I have worked with that Grutapan because I have seen what is there in rehab means patient is completely all right. Then why this Grutapan are mentioned? So we have seen that with Grutapan, even in fibrosis or pneumothorax, we have given the medicines with RT, that is Indukantam Grutam or Mahatiktakam Grutam with the combination like Suvarna Malini Vasantaras or Mahalakshmi Vilas Ras and or Trailokya Chintamani Ras that have also I used in one critical patient.
Okay, madam, that is a very wonderful application because
Thank you.
it saves lives. That's the most important problem in such a critical situation. What we have to do is to save the life. And madam,
Right.
for further clarification also, I'm just asking you the sublingual mode of application whether it is to be done muhur or
Yes.
yes.
I told you, na, it is all depend upon CRP and
Yeah.
oxygen saturation. We should divide it in the three groups. if patient is maintained, like, CRP is below 30, because many a times, sir, we do online consultation. That's why I'm emphasizing more on blood reports. We are not able to, at a time, we have a 50 patient. It sometimes we miss so many cases, but if blood reports are there, then we able to understand. And sometimes patient also, hide many things, or they're not able to explain in detail what they exactly they have complaints. And patient is very anxious once they detects with the COVID, so they become very anxious, so they are not able to give a detailed history. Or many a times I have seen all the family members are COVID positive, then they are super tense and they are into some different zone. Then you have to, you cannot expect that patient will give you all detailed history. So that time these investigations are more useful, sir.
Yes,
Because
yes.
ground, if you work on ground reality, the thing is, it is very easy to say, like, we are doing interactive session on this, Google Meet and all. So these things are very different, but when we work on ground level, the things are very different. I have seen the very highly educated patients, they are, just in home isolation, they were into some different zone. They are not able to do blood tests, so it becomes very difficult, sir. You have to counsel the patient for the diet. Many a times patient, all the family members are positive, and the patient is not able to cook anything. That time you have to give very precise diet, so it will be arranged by patient somehow. So the things is, actually, when you work on ground, things are very, very challenging. So now it's better, but before 2 months or 2.5 months, things were very difficult. So
Exactly, madam. Exactly, because doing a Google Meet is easy, but to address those medicines correctly, apply it in the ground is bit difficult too. And before,
exactly.
yeah, yeah,
I want to add one more thing, sir.
yeah.
If patient, all family members are positive and patient is not able to cook the food at home, if the patient is arranging the tiffin, then what about the langan? How is it possible? That is the one question. That time I have, sir, again, there are research on glucose intake and other stuff. That time I just asked the patient to have amaranth laddu, Rajgira laddu. I don't know what it called in Malayalam. Amaranth seed laddu, that called as a Rajgira laddu in Hindi, or simple organic jaggery. You just do langan with that. So these things you have to, means a practical application of this science I learned from COVID, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes. And before going to the questions posted here, one more question. This is general question, madam. What is the
Yes.
exact situation now in Maharashtra?
Situation is still not that good, but it's not that bad as it was 2 months back. Now it's much better, actually. So, because oxygen is available. Previously, if patient oxygen saturation is 70 or 80, if I will give so many medicines, but if external oxygen is not available, then it will not work actually. There are chances of different organ damage and other stuff. But now oxygen is available, medicines are available, so, and means transportation, so I can able to send the medicines. So the things are like in control, I can say, in Maharashtra.
And madam, while we are administering our therapies, whether can you tell me for how much percentage of patients needed supplemental oxygen?
Actually, in second wave, the so many patients are there who were needed because, on day one itself they were used to administer a prednisolone or dexamethasone. So patient was automatically land up into the pneumonia, and almost many a patient, because that time my focus was on hypoxia. So that time I was just that immediately, as I just now I have submitted that paper. So that patient was actually admitted for 16 days in hospital, and thereafter also patient was on oxygen. 4 liter of oxygen is advised for 30 days, and oxygen was not available. Somehow they arranged concentrator, and with that also patient was not able to maintain the saturation. Thereafter we were started the Grutapan with Indukantam Grutam and Suvarna Malini Vasantaras. Within 3 days we will able to stop external oxygen saturation. But in second wave, I will say there are so many patients because oxygen is available. my focus was on critical cases. I was very I have not that into mild and moderate cases.
Okay, madam. Then my another question is, if we apply the sublingual medication, uh,
Hmm.
can we withdraw the oxygen supplementation within a day, or whether it will? What is the rate of increase of oxygen saturation if you analyze the series of cases you have dealt with?
Yes, actually, what I have observed that with specific diet and with all the medicines, within 24 hours we can see the changes.
That means we can wean out from oxygen supplementation. Yes.
Yes, that is what everyone was expecting from me at that time. We want solution for hypoxia. Other
Hmm.
things, it's fine because our country is completely lacking with external oxygen.
Okay, madam. Now, Dr. Shiva Kalyan, he is asking about dosage of Resasindur if we have to give it muhur muhu.
Actually, uh, here I use from Dhoot Papeshwar Pharmacy. So here the packaging is of 2 gram, starting from 2 gram. In Kerala, the Kottakal Pharmacy capsule form Rasasindur is available. That is 100 milligram. So that Kottakal Pharmacy is very good. That is because it is in capsule form and 100 milligram. You just open the capsule and you just divide it into the two parts. So it will be 50 milligram. So you just ask the patient to take it directly. It's like a soil kind of test. So it is easily palatable.
Okay, madam. And
Hmm.
from Dr. Shilpa, another question. I think you have answered it. That is, if the patient is having interstitial wall thickening of alveoli, then
Hmm.
is there any remedy to this? I think you have
Yes.
answered it previously. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And from Dr. Sneha Nambiar, if the patient is on BiPAP, it's difficult to give muhur dosing. What to do in
Yes.
such a case as patient is on RT feeds?
In those cases, still we have to give the medicines like half an hourly. Then also we are able to give the results. If it is not 10 minutes, but we have to give the medicines every with the food also we have to give the medicines. They give different type of food at least 3 to 4 times. So that liquid diet. So with that also we have to give the medicines.
Okay, madam. In that context, there was another question by Dr. Ping Ryan. It was about how to take the consent of a patient. What should be told to the patient? Please tell in brief.
Yes, this is very important part. Actually, don't miss it because medico legally all should be very clear because somewhere this is a very divine science, but again, so many people have so many questions. So the medico legal part should be taken care by each and every one of us. So actually we have make one. I will share that with you, sir, so you can share with others. So it is like we with your will you are just opted this treatment. You might need oxygen in the course of the treatments, and like there is no proven treatment till date for the COVID. And again, sir, if patient is in hospitalization, so that time also you should take consent. They take consent from us. If we give medicines in allopathy hospital or in ICU, then we should take consent from the patient or hospital people that yes, already the patient is critical and already the patient is in like whatever the saturation or the values, so chances of these complications are more, but the patient on patient or relatives will we are giving these medicines. All these things should be mentioned.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
And from Dr. Joby George, one question is, do we need to tell the patients to stop any allopathic medicines when we start our medications? He fears, I think, about drug interaction.
Yes, actually, sir, what happens, the patient is with diabetes or patient with hypertension. Generally, I don't prefer to stop the medicines immediately. I generally ask the patient to taper it. But in the COVID patients, I generally don't interfere with all the medicines there because many a times patients are with so many allopathy medicines. So I just ask them that don't take any supplement like zinc or vitamins or anything, but whatever all the medicines because it's many a times online consultations, sir, so it is very difficult. I cannot take the chance. If I examine the patient, because I told you that I've treated more than 5,000 patients. It's not from Mumbai, sir. Those are from different, even different countries as well. So without examining the patient, it is very difficult. So we cannot take the chance. So generally, I ask the patient that whatever the medicines you take, you just continue with the same.
And Dr. Sanjay Tiwari is posting a question. If the patient has turned negative, but still there is mild lower lobe pneumonia and patient is having mild pain of chest, how to handle that situation? If there is a
Sorry,
lower lobe.
pardon, can you please repeat it?
Yeah, the patient has turned negative, but still there is mild lower lobe pneumonia
Okay,
and he is having mild chest pain.
okay.
How to handle that situation?
Chest pain, generally we see in these cases, lower lobe pneumonia cases, we see that there is a slight chest pain, there is a tightening of the, tightness in the chest. So in those cases, Shardhar and Churna, one pinch every 10 minutes or half an hourly for 24 hours gives excellent results.
Okay, madam.
Plus
And
Shadangapania medicated water or Guduchu medicated water.
okay. And what about in that situation of giving Dasamula Gadatrayadi medicated water? Are you suggesting that
Sir, I
Dasamulam?
told you, many
Yeah,
a times even I have seen that means whatever the available medicines
yeah,
have given the treatment. So
yeah.
yes, we can use any available medicine, though it's Dashamula Katutraya, though it's Mahasudarshan Ghanavati, though
Mm,
it's what we can say Trikatu Churna, though it's
mm.
Bharangadi Kashayam, though it's Vyagradi Kashayam. Yes, sir, we can give because these medicines definitely help to for Amapachana.
Yeah, exactly. So you focus on all those medications which are creating Amapajanam without creating Dhadubhagam.
Yes.
Yes. And another question is regarding why Sorna Rasa Aushad? Can any other alternative be used and how to decide the dose?
Actually, Suvarna Kalpa, if you see packaging, so it is starting from 125 milligram only. And if you see Suvarna Bhasma packaging, so that is also 1 gram or 100 milligrams. So the dosage is like 125 milligram tablet twice a day. And any alternative for Suvarna Kalpa, then yes, Vilvadi, Vati, like or any Agad we can use. But I have not seen a promising result, so I will not comment on that, sir. It will be very difficult because whatever the results I have seen, that I can share with you confidently.
Yes, madam. That's exactly the need of the hour. And
Yes.
this why Swarna Rasa Aushadhi is used? That's another question. Why? Because I think to prevent this Dhatu.
Dhatu Pakam and as a rejuvenation, if lung capacity,
Mm.
the if post-COVID complication, we have seen that to for interleukin storm, cytokine storm, for that, then to avoid the fibrosis. If fibrosis also there, then also with Glutapan we need to give some kind of Suvarna Kalpa. So it as a Rasayan treatment we need to give Glutapan plus uh, some kind of Suvarna Kalpa.
Yeah. And Dr. Sneha Nambiar is asking at what stage should we start Lehian? Because yeah, I think you have mentioned about Kridavan for post-COVID. But
Yes,
we have got a practice of starting Agasti Rasayanam, the Lehiya like
yes.
Agasti Rasayanam, Savanapasta, etc. So I think we need to differentiate between that, Gradapan as well as Lehiya.
Yes, sir. We can give Agastya Rasayan, we can give Vasavaleha, whatever the available medicines. I only talk uh, for the medicines which with which I have seen the results, where I am confident.
Yes, yes, madam. And you,
And at
are you,
this time, I cannot take the chance. If I'm seeing the results in 10 patients, then I just started
yes,
observing the results in 30 patients, then 90 patients. That's how I just want that data, and I should be confident that yes, this is working and this is not working. So I
yes.
didn't, sir, actually tried other combinations.
So you haven't tried this Agasti Rasayanam, etc.
Yes, sir. If it is not available, if
Ah,
patient is not affordable, then I have to. But I don't have that much data with
yeah.
those medicines, so I cannot comment, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, madam. And Dr. Manoj Kumar has congratulated you first, and then he is asking about the dosage of Rasasinduram per day. His question is per day, because if you are giving muhu, whether I think his doubt is regarding whether it will exceed a maximum dose. Whether we should
Yes,
think about this maximum dose in this situation
1 gram of till 1 gram we can give it easily
per day. We can
per
give,
day.
yeah, yeah, okay, madam.
Please use Rasa Aushadhi without any hesitation because compared to the allopathy medicine, these medicines are not showing any complication. Be confident while using this Rasa Aushadhis because this is the need of our. With these medicines, I have seen the results. There are, might be different combinations as well. The combination I have used, I have talked about that, and especially I tried to talk about the applied things actually, which I am practicing, which I practice.
Okay, madam. Another question is regarding your experience using Hemagarbha Potli.
Yes, Hemagarbha Potali Ras, sir. The patient was in Pune, that is Dinanath Hospital. The patient was admitted over there, and there I have simply started with Indukantam Ghrutam and Suvarna Malini Vasantaras. The patient was deteriorating. Whenever there is fluctuation in oxygen saturation, what they do, they give sedation, deep sedation to the patient, and they paralyze the patient. In that case, with RT, I have given the this combination Indukantam Ghrutam plus Suvarna Malini Vasantaras. Then that patient was stable for 8 days, complete 8 days. The patient was as it is. There is no improvement, but patient was not deteriorated. So in that case, sir, actually, they felt that yes, Ayurveda is working. We can add more medicine. So they used to call me and they used to ask me, should we add more medicines, madam? Can we add more medicines? Because patient was young. So at that time, I said no, we cannot give more medicines. Patient is stable. That is the important thing. If there is slight improvement, then we will see. Then one of the doctor has given this Hemagarbha Potali Ras, and I have seen that it was without Ghrutapan. I don't know exactly, but I've seen that immediately patient lands up into the vasovagal shock. I don't know exact reason, but I feel that the Rasa Aushadhis in post-COVID or in fibrosis cases should be administered with the Gruta.
Okay, madam.
Initially, we can give Rasa Sindur or this some kind of only Rasa Sindur generally I give or Sukshma Triphala with Kajali and Triphala Churna. But as we give Rasayan treatment, then it should be given with because generally patient develops fibrosis. We have seen pneumothorax. So in those cases, it is very difficult if we give so many Rasa Aushadhi at a time.
Okay, madam. As you have giving more specificity to Gruda, one question is regarding that. Which Gruda? I think the answer was here. You are using Indugandam Grudam more. And now,
Yes,
yeah, any other
even
Grudam? Ah,
Mahatiktakam Grutam, as it is easily available and palatable as well, sir.
okay, okay, madam.
In the brain fog, yes, one part I have missed. Thank you. Who asked this question? Actually, I've missed one part that is a brain fog. So, in brain fog, it is very common that is some kind of we can not able to have correct thought process or patient is having anxiety, some kind of depression, not able to thought properly. So, in this brain fog condition, I have used Mahapaishachika Grutam as well. It gives excellent results. So it is also a different thing. In those cases, brain fog, I have used Jetamouncy medicated water, Jetamouncy Fanta. So it also gives excellent results. Then I have given this Panchagavya in brain fog, excellent results.
Okay, madam. Many a time here in Kerala, when we see the patients just after the patient turns negative, many a time they were having a very depressed appetite. So
Yes.
prior to starting Grida, we need to have some pajanam, isn't it? There should be a gap.
Yes, sir. For
Yeah.
24 hours, we can give simply Shadanga Paniya, simple
Exactly.
Guduchi, any Tikta Rasatmak medicine
Ah,
because we cannot use Katuras because already
ah,
there is the patient is, a severe weakness is there.
yeah.
So we cannot use. So generally we use Tiktaras. So in those cases, sir, we can use this Shadanga Paniya medicated water and thereafter we can immediately start. Or simply we can use 3 Katu.
Okay, madam. And there is another question regarding the viral load. Dr.
Yes,
Sweda is asking, as Rogabala and Yogi Bala is interrelated, then how
yes,
we should depend upon the viral load of the patient? Because the patients who is having higher viral load tends to
hmm.
have minimal symptoms, then how we should treat the patients? Whether we
Yes,
should concentrate on symptoms or else we should focus on viral load. This is a very interesting question from Dr. Sweda.
yes. Actually, we should concentrate on both, sir. Again, I will repeat. Many a times we'll do online consultation, so
Hmm.
we'll not able to understand a proper bala of the patient. Not even manasik, not even sharirik bala. So we should concentrate on both the CT value as well, plus the patient bala as well. And many a
Okay.
times I have seen that in COVID situation, the patient is having very low manasik bala. Sharirik bala is fine, but manasik bala, you need to do so many time counseling.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
And Dr. Sneha Nambiar is again asking any role of Salavan Snehan in COVID patients, any experience with that, especially in post-COVID patients.
No, I have not. I have
Yeah.
not tried Sullivan Snehapan.
Okay.
I have
And
given Basti for one patient with Sullivan, but I have with that Kasi Sadi because that patient has developed severe bleeding piles because patient was on ecosprin and all. In that patient, I have given Sullivan because I was not sure about the Niramavastha, but bleeding was there and patient was ecosprin. So at that time, I have given Sullivan Taila Basti.
okay, madam. Another question is regarding if the patient is on BiPAP and RT feeds, what diet can you propose? Is there any modification?
Only liquid diet, only
Liquid.
liquid diet. Green gram soup, then rice soup, that kanji, then not vegetable soup, but just boiled vegetable, grinded boiled vegetable. That's it. Or laja tarpan.
Another question is from Dr. Ananya Rohtaki, and she is asking specific treatment will vary according to prakriti and manifestation of symptoms in a patient. But if we see it grossly, can we boil down our treatment protocol to specific Rasa Guna Vibhaga? This is her question. Actually, I
Hmm.
too is in confusion what she is specifically meaning. I think she is asking whether, as per the individual, the treatment is varies or is it varying according to
See,
something.
generally treatment varies actually according to the Prakriti, according to the Rutu, according to the Desh, everything, sir. But here the patients are actually critical. Most of times patients are critical. So generally we have to, yes, as you ask, have you tried Dashamul Katutraya? As it is like Grishma Rutu and like in Mumbai the climate is very worse, sir. So I just avoid. Instead of that, I prefer that simple Dashamula Kashayam. But Dashamula Katutram gives excellent results if there is
Hmm.
raining and other stuff. And if patient is of Kapha Prakriti, then also it gives excellent result. But many a times I have seen that patient develops some kind of hyperacidity, Ujjva Gamla
Hmm.
Pitta, and that time patient become very anxious. He feels I have some heart issues or something like that. And
Hmm.
in that stage, if patient go to allopathy, simply that patient is get admitted to the ICU.
And Dr. Bhumika is asking, can Mrudu Virajana be given if there is a constipation after the fever states?
Generally, sir, as I have mentioned, when we give Shadangapaniya, Goduchi medicated
Hmm.
water, Muhur Muhu, that
That
time
itself.
chances of
Yeah.
at least one or two. There is some kind of Shodhana is seen in so many patients where actually dosha are in Prabhut Avastha.
And Dr. Shraddha is asking, can it be used when HRCT is above 18 or 20? What to be used, I don't know. Can it be used? That is the question. Whether Madhu Virajana is she suggesting, I don't know. And preventive medicines to be used when only one family member is positive and others are not. That's another question. I think it's very evident that everybody should use the preventive medicines, isn't it?
All
Um,
of us should also
yeah,
use.
yeah. And Dr. Dheeraj Kumar is questioning what is the duration of resociaries? Can we continue until the symptoms, all the symptoms disappear? And also for the asymptomatic patients who are positive, can we use resociaries as preventive? And what will be its duration? Total duration of resociaries.
Generally, I gives medicines, especially the Rasa Aushadhis, for maximum 5 to 7 days because somewhere these contain, I have mentioned the Suvarna Kalpa. So these medicines are costly. So the patient should afford it and patient should continue it. Once patient feels fine, then they generally discontinue because these
Mm.
medicines are somewhere costly. But the thing is, so generally I give 3 to 5 days
Mm.
and if patient is affordable and if patient is willing that time, yes, we can give Makadvaj, we can give Suvarna Prashan that we give in old age children, so that can be given. So different type of Rasaushadhis, we can continue it for prolonged use as well, sir. Even with simple Kajali, sir, that also we can give, sir, as a prolong, no problem. But those should be like very precise.
Okay, madam. And one patient details is posted here. I think it's by Dr. Komal. I think you can. She can contact you directly. Is that
Yes,
good?
with
Because
all the details. This is my humble request that if you want that I should, I should guide you or anything, then please share all the details. As I mentioned, we should monitor the patient on sitting oxygen saturation while walking oxygen saturation. So please share all the since the day one, like what was the CT value, what was the CT score, what is the CRP value, with all these details and plus patient's voice note.
okay. So I can share your contact details to all of
Yes,
them.
you
Yeah.
can.
Thank you, madam. And another question from Dr. Manoj Kumar is, what treatment you can advise for black fungus that you have answered you are still studying? Any?
I don't have much experience. I am treating the patient and I have seen very promising results. But either I should have at least minimum 10 patient data, then only I will able to comment. I cannot comment, like vague answer. Generally, I don't prefer. So whatever happens, I need proper experience about the treatment. Yes, I'm giving the medicines and I have seen a very good results as well. But
But I
as
think
I
you
don't
can,
have much.
but I
Yeah.
think you can tell us about the line of treatment or your approach, how you approach this black fungus, whether it is approached as CASA or something. What you or Brana or Visarpa, how you are approaching this?
So generally, as I told you, I don't have that much. Only there are a couple of patients are there who are under the treatment. Actually, once I finish their treatment and I will able to say yes, this is working, then only I will because I'm trying different, combination, permutation combination. So that will be the vague answer. So
Okay, madam.
I just
Okay,
want
okay.
to avoid it.
We will wait. We will wait. And
Yes.
in diabetic patients, what Ayurvedic medicine you give to avoid complications? Because in Kerala, most probably most people are dying with comorbidities, and in that diabetes is having a role. And I am attaching my own question with that because here kidney patients who are getting COVID are dying more. So both you may couple together and please answer. Diabetic patients as well as kidney patients. What special medicines are needed?
So in diabetic patient, as I told you, these medicines, this line of treatment is giving excellent result. Even the patient with diabetes, even the patient with heart disease, even the patient with kidney diseases, even the patient with cancer, sir. I have one patient that is known case of breast cancer. So in those patients also I have seen the good results, but in kidney patients, generally as a rasayan treatment, I give Vastiama and Tagrutam. It contains Shilajit as well. And most probably we have seen the patient with the kidney problems. They are having kind of diabetes or some other comorbidities. So in those cases, Vastiama and Tagrutam or even Shilajit also, Shilajit can be given, sir. I have given to one patient. I've seen very good results. Still, that patient is under treatment.
And Dr. Shraddha is asking, can Dasasindura formulation be used above HRCT score? In HRCT score above 18?
Yes, in
Yes.
severe cases only the we should use Rasa Sindhu.
Yes.
Yes.
And now we see anosmia very commonly. So Dr.
Hmm.
Sanmadi is asking what is the best home remedy or some medications for that,
Druttapan.
to the pan itself.
For
Indugandam.
Yes, no, any type of Grutapan, sir.
Hmm.
It's all depend on Prakriti. We can use
Hmm.
simple with
Hmm.
Mahatiktakam too, as I
Hmm.
mentioned, Mahapaishachika. So we can use Grutapan helps to, to reduce or to what I can say to actually vanish all the post-COVID complications. And if we start the treatment from day one, then I have seen very few patients with these kind of complications. With proper Ayurveda treatment, without even paracetamol, they get better.
Okay, madam. There is one more question pending, but
Hmm.
it is posted by Dr. Ananya Rohtagi, but I am not getting what she is intending. So I request
Hmm.
Dr. Ananya to please unmute and ask madam about what you have to ask. Dr. Ananya?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, please,
Uh,
please, doctor.
I wanted to ask, since in severe cases we see that we have to protect the mul as the bull of the patient.
Right.
So, so clinically, since you have experience with serious cases of patients, so how do we differentiate that in this case? Because generally we also see the patient is suffering from constipation as well. So how do we differentiate between the two, that at this condition or at this stage, the mul is acting as the bala of the patient? That I want to ask.
Okay. Actually, in COVID patients, it is somewhere this reference is from Rajakshma Chikitsa Adhyay. So, yes, we have to take care of everything, dosha dhatu, mala, and everything. But for constipation, generally post-COVID complication, I've seen the constipation. That time, allopaths generally give this. What I can say of soup water enema. But in those patients, I just asked the patient to add this Gandharva Hastyadi or plain just castor oil in the chapati, and you just make it, and like you just put two spoons of castor oil in that chapati, and just have it. While making the chapati, you should have it.
Okay, ma'am.
Uh,
So, ma'am, we have to facilitate it. But during the active case also, what we are seeing here, that patients are having severe constipation. Then when it is facilitated, so they are having melena and other symptoms. So how do we manage this condition?
Simple, we can give a Vasti with any oil if there is like any complication. So we can use Vasti treatment.
Thank
So, madam, we are very happy that irrespective of your very busy schedule, still also we could see that you are sitting in the clinic room and you are tired also. So, we wholeheartedly thank you for coming over here and sharing your in-depth
I just
experience.
want
Yeah,
one more thing to add actually.
yeah,
While
madam.
talking with our respected Prime Minister, many people have questioned that uh, while addressing the community while addressing the country, our Prime Minister didn't talk about Ayurveda. That question is, many Ayurveda physician has, but no, the thing is that meeting was bit confidential that we cannot share we cannot record it or something like that. But during that, Prime Minister has invited doctor from Gujarat and from various part. We have given the privilege that we can share our views. They have provided us all the details where we can, like this question answer session, that kind of thing, that we can communicate with them with our ministry as well, and the same time is allotted to Ayurveda person as well to speak in front of, like all allopath doctors. There are few Ayurveda doctors, but the same time is allotted, and our Prime Minister has recognized Ayurveda as well. Even at that time, the doctor is mentioned, doctor from Gujarat is mentioned about Rasa Ushadis as well. And even those things means everything is like in severe cases we are handling, we are using Rasa Ushadis, everything is mentioned. So it is like whatever outcome, that is very different. But during the interactive session, the same time slot is given to Ayurveda doctors, and everything is mentioned in front of all the cabinet. It's not that only Prime Minister were there. all the other cabinet members were there, and these things are mentioned, and it is appreciated as well.
That's very wonderful, madam, because we are all expecting that if Ayurveda is coming to the forefront, we will surely reduce the deaths, because I think the injudicious use of all those combination medicines are, even though they are using it for good, now it is turned to be becoming bad. And also this case of black fungus too, it's especially happening in those with immunocompromise.
Even Prime Minister is advised the doctors, to all the doctors, that please stop the irrational use of steroids and remdesivir.
Yeah. Hmm. So we will remain in faith that Ayurveda will come occupy a more prominent position, especially in ICUs and critical care too. Yeah, madam.
Yes,
We as a team we thank you not only
thank you
for
so
coming
much.
here, but also representing our community in front of Prime
Thank you
Minister
so much.
and giving him very valuable input. So, from your discussion, what I felt that sitting in a clinic, battling with the real cases is actually what proves to be the metal. That means you are putting the science into the field. So once again, our congratulations from all of my team, and I request Dr. Naveen Chandran, who is a research director of Atraya Ayurveda, Moscow, and also a chief collaborating partner of this venture, to have a conclusion and vote of thanks. Dr. Naveen, please.
Uh, Madam Jyoti Joshi and other respected doctors. Dear Madam, of course, we are. It was actually wonderful session, and we have no words to congratulate you and thank you for being there, representing the most youth doctors in this country, who represents Ayurveda. You are a real inspiration. Today while we
Thank
started the session, it was houseful actually, and many doctors were
you.
requesting me, how can I join? Please let me in. They were all waiting outside, and I was keeping on like giving replies to them that we will be recording this session and we'll be sharing this session later. So it was a wonderful session, of course, and hats off to you for representing our youth, for representing our doctors. The thing I hope, the takeaway message, if I take home one message from this session, is that how you can keep to the basics yourself, to the basics, how to maintain a strong basic, how to hold the basic principles when you treat the cases, and how you can how those basic principles can help you to reach to the maximum potential. So you are not just an example, you are not just a person whom we can see in just scientific sessions, but you are a real practitioner. So you are a real inspiration too. Actually,
Thank you so much.
I wanted to hear more from you regarding the researches you did, how about the scientific paper writing things and all. But we will have a separate session for our young doctors, because many of our participants, we have almost 100 doctors and more students from different parts of India, Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, and Nagpur. And they are all young doctors who like to utilize this platform, not just for treating the patients, not just helping the society, but uh, to validate these methods, to document these cases and publish them. So I had requests from different parts of India, from young doctors, to give them a separate session on scientific paper writing. So we hope that we can have your prestigious presence in that time too, for a couple of minutes at least, so that you could share your experiences regarding scientific paper writing too. Uh, with this, we are concluding today. Once again, thank you, madam. Thank you for your valuable time.
Thank you so much for providing me a platform that I can share, because this is my passion, to practice and to teach the students, not the actually Sanhitas, but applied science. So thank
Thank
you
you,
so
madam.
much for providing me this platform. Thank you, and you are
Thank you.
really doing a global work.
It's a
My
pleasure.
best wishes are with you. Thank you.
Good night,
Thank you.
one and all.
Yes.
Good night, madam. Good night.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr.
Yes.
Asmi.
Thank
Good night,
you.
Shruti, who controlled this session. Good night. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.